How are you doing, Cuba? I hope you are okay. You've just been hit by a hurricane. I've always wanted to visit you, Cuba. Smoke your cigars. Try your urban legend sandwiches. Dance with your women. So hang in there. Stay cool. Cat 1, I think. And just the tip. Super happy Daredevil Day to everybody. And of course, Daredevil is a Libra. Because he's a lawyer, the justice scales and all. All right. I've got to warn you. I'm in a really bad mood. Kind of down. Been kind of sick for like a week. So this gave me the worst WORST THORnews video ever. And one subject I've talked about for a while is planetary and solar genitalia. It doesn't seem to exist. But now people on the internet are fighting over whether or not the moon is a woman or a man. I guess they're talking about the essence. In that regard, the moon's always been considered a woman, female moon, even though, as far as I know, there's no moonitary genitalia. The aliens in Roswell got flooded last night, along with all the human beings in Roswell, as that New Mexico danger I was talking about hit hard, caused a lot of flooding. Flooding is always crazy, but it seems extra crazy in deserts, Mike of Mike's Weather Page just got the 100,000 YouTube subscribers wall plaque thingy. Congratulations. What must that feel like? Also, there are a shit ton of indicators that say we might see a hurricane that could cause trouble in the USA around the 1st-ish of November. And as I've been saying, I think we'll get hit by at least one more. Probably one more. I could be totally wrong. It feels like I'm right. But we won't know for like another week or 2. Possibly 3. What would really freak people out is if there was a sun outage. I've discussed this before on my YouTube channel. Because, when you do this for almost 13 years, there's a lot to talk about. And there's always some like biblical saying about 3 days of darkness where the sun goes dark for 3 days. And I was like, man, I bet that would freak people out. The sun just stopped glowing and shining for 3 days. And if scientists are correct, it would get cold enough to freeze everybody to death in those 3 days, I would think. Anywho, apparently CBS was like, y'all, you can't watch the Packers game because the CBS has a sun outage. I was like, what the hell? What is the sun outage? Which is weird during solar maximum. It'd be ironic if it happened during solar maximum. What is a sun outage? A sun outage is an interruption in satellite signals caused by interference from solar radiation. The interference is caused when the sun is in direct line of a communication satellite and the sun's radiation overwhelms the satellite. Wait, what? But I guess everybody's an expert these days on everything. And everybody can just make up their own words. Sidebar and warning. What you're about to see, although not totally graphic, I'm pretty sure involves someone's death. All right, so look away for 30 seconds or tune out. And one of the reasons I'm showing this to you, this is a private helicopter. It hit a cell tower, and then it crashed in Houston just a little while ago. That's crazy. But it was a private helicopter. Meaning that, to fly a police helicopter or a National Guard helicopter or a care flight helicopter, you got to be super professional, pretty much. I don't know if joyriding in a helicopter seems really dangerous. And one of the reasons I'm showing it to you is because Austin Koprick, who's an astrologer who I think is amazing, said that when we entered the age of Aquarius, I couldn't remember if it was the beginning or sometime during it or sometime towards the end. He was like, you'll never be able to look at the sky without feeling terror again. That sentence haunts me. So what a great sentence for spooky season. It's only 11 days until Halloween. And then 15 days until the election 2024, where, everybody on the Democrat side is like, if we don't win, we're all going to die. And everybody on the Republican side is like, if we all don't win, we're all going to die. So mathematically, it sounds like we're all going to die during the next 4 years of whoever did or didn't make it. It's a stressful time. And everybody talks about politics all the time, which drives me nuts. Crazy. How do you feel about balls? I promise you this will get somewhere interesting. So in this thing, when the ball leaves the broken sphere, the thingy adds another 3 balls. So I was like, wow, this is interesting. That's a lot. That's a lot of balls. It's like a ball pit in the air, but it's not real. It's pixelated. So you know how we got like a shit tons of satellites all around the Earth, and like Elon has like 10,000 of them. I'd like to put up 30,000 of them. Anywho, and you know how Boeing's been having a bad time? Well, one of Boeing's school bus satellites apparently broke apart last night. That's right. Doom so bad, boobs are back. And Kessler effect doom, where like one satellite breaks apart, hits another satellite, causes a chain reaction of satellites hitting satellites, then falling to Earth. Segueing back to Austin Koprick of the Astrology Podcast with Chris Brennan. You never look at the sky, Sam. The S4S has confirmed the breakup of Intel Sat 33E. 33. We've heard that number before. And that's one of my favorite jokes. When you hear a number, then you're like, we've heard that number before. Because clearly. Anywho, currently tracking around 20 associated pieces. Space debris. S4S has observed no immediate threats and is continuing to conduct routine conjunction assessments to support the safety and sustainability of the space domain. And I always wonder, like, why did George Bush and the Republicans and the government just kind of give up, and Democrats too? The space shuttle. The space shuttle was like one of the coolest things in my life. Like, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to turn the space program over to Microsoft and McDonald's and Arby's. Even though we have all these things like space debris and space warfare, but we'll just turn it over to the commercial guys. And I was talking about. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine nobody else did that in the world. Anyway, Jonathan McDowell, debris object 41442, suspected to be the. Anyway, yeah, it broke apart. Another one broke apart then. Probably unrelated. But yeah, Intel Sat 33E communications sat has undergone a breakup event in geostationary orbit, with the U.S. Space Force reporting 20 tracked but not yet cataloged debris objects. The Sat was launched 2016, and it was supposed to last 15 years till like 2031. But it only made it halfway. Yeah, it was a Boeing. They've been having a lot of trouble. And the worse Boeing does, the more SpaceX just gets space monopoly. Man, everything's strange. And you know what I learned sidebar the other day? Wait, sidebar. Jelly Roll was like talking about Twitter/X. This is for sure the most toxic, negative app to exist ever. Period. LOL. This place is different, man. I always heard it was the Wild West on here. Man, it's insane. It's a safe place for everyone to say mean shit to each other with no consequences. I'm out. LOL. I was looking into the polling, and it's like one thing about Georgia. I'm not looking at polling anymore. I'm looking at, like, in Georgia, 10% more women have voted than men early. And then I looked up Twitter and I saw a thing that said, right now, with the shift from Jack to Elon, Twitter is now 66% male. So it's like 2 males for every 1 woman. Whereas there are actually more women, adult women in the world than men. Things like, so, and was that a lot of math? I just confused myself. I guess the sun outage has affected my brain. Hey, we're almost 1 month away from my 13th THORnews anniversary. If I make it, if we make it, it's going to be crazy. Because, like, it feels like no matter who wins the election, the other side isn't going to accept the results. Although one side may not accept the results a whole lot harder than the other side. All right. Happy birthday, Kamala. And y'all don't get your panties in a wad. I wish Trump a happy birthday, too. If that pisses you off, well, I guess you're a snowflake. The one thing, though, if Trump wins, that means I can date a 21-year-old and no one can ever say shit about it. I probably won't. I would date a 26-year-old. 21 still seems really young. Unless it was Olivia Rodrigo, then it's a decent age. But she's got a boyfriend. They're happily together. Probably end up getting married. But scientists say a woman's brain doesn't fully form until she's 26. I know, is that true? Anywho. Hey, but I'm fat. And no women want fat men now, so nobody's really got to worry about me dating anyone. Though if I can get over my fear of doctors, I might actually get on semaglutide. Is that cheating? I don't know. Food is so good, though. People are like, Polymarket and Kalshi, the 2 gambling sites, say that there's like a 75% chance Trump's going to win. I'm like, yeah, well, College Game Day said there was a 100% chance Longhorns were going to win. So bettors aren't always the best indicator of who's going to win. And at this point, I don't know. It's way too close to call. But some people say it's not close at all. But that I do not believe. Because, like, your brain is half left brain, half right brain. And that's pretty much how it usually stays in America most of the time. It's just a tiny percentage of difference that makes it all up. Anywho, I'm not making any sense, am I? Anywho, I'm usually super optimistic, but things feel doomy. And I've been sick for like a week. I'm down. Anywho, I hope you are great. I hope you stay cool. I appreciate you, and I hope things get better in the future. And I hope I get to kiss a beautiful woman again someday. And I believe we'll get hit by another hurricane, but I could be totally wrong. I'm just saying it's better to be prepared than not be prepared. All right? And remember, don't eat those damn waffles. That shit could kill you. What a weird world. But this is the point. Like, a lot of foods have been coming out with, like, oh yeah, we made a mistake. There's ground up glass in your sausage. Or we made a mistake. There's, what is the other one called? I forget. Anyway, there's a couple that have come out. But, like, some regulation's good, y'all. I know some people are like, if we just got rid of all government everywhere, the world would be great. I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. And it really comes down to, who do you trust more? Silicon Valley, which is like 5 to 10 guys, or your government. And I know that Silicon Valley's had like 20 years of social media to turn you against government. Strange days. So yeah, you got free speech, but asterisk. But there's a reason I haven't gone live for a long time. I don't want to get anybody mad, And right now, some people have reached, like Godhead Emperor status. People get really upset if you just say one criticism of them. And that's strange. This is the moon. This is the moon. This looks like a word on the side if you flip it. And then why is that one region looks like it doesn't get hit that much? out of the whole moon, here comes that region. Anyway, everybody stay cool. There it is. There's the region. God bless everyone. If you can cheer me up, that would be great. But keep your expectations low. That's what I do. God bless everyone. Stay cool. Talk to us soon. Merry Christmas.